Is it juice?
Yeah,
or is
juice.
it use?
No, not use. You get your creative uses and juices. You want to use creativity.
J is a hard word.
J is a hard word. It's what you just said. I think this episode is going to be really good. I think our brains are on. And like forming sentences is working well today.
Oh god.
I feel it though. I woke up. I don't know what it is. Something in the air. I woke up and I was just like, brain not working.
Oh god. Yeah,
Brain
I was
not work. It took me. I was sending an email when you were talking to me before, and I told someone at 7 a.m. I was like, no problem. I'll send that email right away.
Yeah.
Then they texted me again. They were like,
what email?
still waiting on that email, and I was like, fuck. It's 10.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's the thing. That's why I've stopped looking at my phone the first thing I do in the morning, because promises are made in bed.
Promises are made in bed.
Yeah.
And that's lies.
So many promises.
Honeyed word and lies. Promises made in bed.
That's why I call my bedroom the room of lies.
The lie chamber.
The things I tell everyone in that who enters that room.
This has a double entendre. The room of lies.
Vaesen.
No. Where you what?
I thought this was a segue.
Where you lie?
Yeah.
You lay down.
Oh,
You lay with someone to lie with someone. Sex.
Oh, sexual
And then
intercourse.
lies. Real eyes. Real lies. Real lies.
On that note, let's be gay.
Ticket to the theme song. Let's be gay. Let's be gay.
All right, where we left off is that, and this is my favorite discovery of this game so far, is Birch. The little Sims NPC.
We did leave off with Birch.
Yeah, we did leave her in the basement. Similar to Sims, when you play multiple characters, you can have 8, I think, unless you cheated.
You cheat.
Yeah, and have 25
25
people in your
babies.
household, and then your entire game crashed.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
We've all been there.
Yeah, but you're like, oh no, what happened? Oh shit, what happened to the baby I left? You go down to the basement. They've aged up.
Oh right, yeah, they've been trapped in the basement.
Yeah.
They're now an adult.
Yeah, and they pee themselves, set
Oh, yeah.
themselves on fire, and still somehow alive. And this is Birch, basically. She's staring at the wall.
I want to say we didn't leave Birch for that long. It's been like a day, like a few days.
Yeah, and she's staring at the wall like a cat who sees
Yeah.
something evil in the wall.
Yeah, and I think I described her like she's almost like frog-like. She has like a very wide face and like these big eyes. She's very squat. So yeah, she's just, kind of like eyes are slightly open, not squinting, but looking very skeptically at the wall where she had put more rubble to like cover up that weird opening.
She's like, we'll take care of that later.
Yeah, she's got the Björk voice, sort of old lady. I forget.
I love it. And
love
I
her so
will have you, like, so here's my plan for Yulin Cruise, is that you will have to be like, you can choose your adventure moving forward, or bring both, or just leave her. But I think you don't have to do it right away and be like, all right, I'll bring Birch. Let's fuck Eliza.
To make a character sheet.
Yeah, but eventually, I'm thinking, once we introduce maybe more players, and we will have a couple of like a little barrack. No wait, barrack. What's a?
Not a barrack.
A barrack,
but that's a place.
Oh right,
Like a team?
A team of people. Like, and the reason why I think of a barrack is because of
Skyrim, when you go to like the barracks and stuff, it's all the guards.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I have not played Skyrim, but I felt like StarCraft. Like, you have to build barracks to get, like, the ranger or the medic or the...
Oh, I didn't play StarCraft. I heard StarCraft wasn't that good.
Don't tell this. Don't say that in
Chris
this house.
Chris
Chris,
really liked
Chris
it.
was like a champion, a Swedish champion.
I just heard that it got boring after a little while.
Well, it's an RTS game, so I can't play those games.
Yeah.
They're intensely stressful. But I think StarCraft 2, wasn't it like a TV channel in Korea? I think... Are we talking about the same?
I might be talking about a different game.
This is like the Blizzard one, the super popular one that people were like sporting in.
I think I'm talking about a different space game. Not important.
Not important.
It's not important.
Unnamed.
It was like RPG.
Oh yeah, no. This is like, you know, it's
top down. No,
top
this is
down.
not.
You're building a bunch of like, and you have to do like 60 million things at the same time.
It's like me playing RimWorld. I love RimWorld.
RimWorld. What a fun. Okay.
Don't even go there. Don't even start.
I won't start.
Also, I need to say, Ellinor made delicious Swedish cinnamon buns, homemade. I love when she makes them with this like large sugar chunks on top. You make it so perfect.
Well, these, I think they got too pale. They're supposed to be browner.
They should have cooked longer?
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't trust this oven. It has failed me before.
I think they taste fantastic. Thank you for making it.
Thank you.
Have a little fika.
Yes, actual fika. We're making coffee for lunch, and we'll have other things. Anyway,
she's starving
Birch.
me. She's starving me.
Birch is. Wait, we left her off. But Eliza, however, she's having an interesting conversations with a Nicholas and an Elias Forsman.
Yes, 2 men in suits. I wrote down the Forsman brothers.
Yes.
And one looks like a dad, and one looks like his child.
Yeah,
they're actually brothers.
Yes, with the same mother. Because
different fathers.
Yeah, they seem like they've gotten the question before, which makes you think, what a stud of a dad.
Yeah, I'm like, who's the you guys might be young, but who's the dad?
Yeah, exactly. Where's the daddy? But
I agreed to help them.
Yes, and they're still in the house, and you agreed to help them. You agreed to go to Sigtuna.
Sigtuna, yeah.
The little village, a very old village. I would say. It has historical significance to Sweden.
Wait, in a bad way? Why?
No, in a good way. But like, it's a medieval town. I've been there several times. But as always, you know, I went there as a bored teenager with...
don't remember shit.
I don't remember a single thing. But somehow Sigtuna is important.
We know that culturally...
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a good... You would know that it's old. It's like, you know, those... England, they have London, and then they have like those little towns that are super important close to London.
Nottingham is like to the north, and it's like more farmland. This is like if you ask me about Albany, which is New York's state. It's the state capital.
Yeah,
I've been to Albany. Not on a school trip even, because we don't fucking go there. It's not important. Well, I shouldn't say that. Kate's actually from Albany, but it used to be an industrial city, and it was very important a long time ago, and it's then since fallen off, and like a lot of the industry has moved out. Yeah. So it's like there's, you know, the area surrounding it is like pretty impoverished, like crime. Yeah. It's just like not really a major metropolitan city anymore. So if you were to ask me like, what's the state capitol building in Albany, or like what's the significance, I'd be like, yep. It was important. I'm sure there's a bell or something.
Exactly.
Like
and
a
then
tower.
Someone important was there, did something, you know, 1,000 years ago that mattered.
And then they realized New York City was way closer to Virginia.
You know what? Sigtuna, maybe not Albany, because Sigtuna is very pretty, as far as I remember.
Not Albany.
How about like those, like the first discovered, like Georgetown, Jackson? Are there
Plymouth.
Or Providence.
Salem.
Ooh. Yeah, let's say that Sigtuna is Sweden's Salem.
Oh, I love that awesome correlation. That's apropos of nothing and based off of nothing.
Which is also stupid because there is a Salem in Sweden.
Yeah, but did they have witches?
I'm sure
They're probably.
But Chris is from. They also have Nazis. I think they have like a Nazi thing. I think that's what the Swedish version is known for. They have like a Nazi march every year. What? Chris is from there. This is why I know this.
We did, and Chris was like, not affiliated. Don't want
no, he's like,
to do with that.
And he's like, it's only like 20 people.
Yeah, he's like, it's shrinking every year. Yeah. They're kind of dwindling.
Well, anyway, we are going there because these two brothers, have not both of them. One of them got a lady pregnant. Yes. And they were gonna successfully marry her off because this. Nicholas is the young one. He got her pregnant. He's madly in love with her. So they have invited you to help because now the family of the bride is getting cold feet due to a weird nightmare happening over and over and over.
Everyone is getting.
Everyone in that family is getting, not the whole town. And yeah, so that's what you know. Did we ever get into what type of nightmare it was?
No, we just know that her family is Christian.
Right.
So
they see it as a bad omen.
Right. So great. Yeah, I think like she says she needs to pack her stuff and whatever. So I think she says goodbye to them and starts to go into planning of how she's actually even going to do this. This is like the first person that's come to Egerkrans asking for help from the newspaper articles.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and you also have Olaf as a, like we were talking
Yes.
before about like the team you can choose
Well,
from. Yeah.
I think although I fucking
And he moved
love,
in. I forgot that he moved in.
I was like, I don't even know where you're staying.
Yeah.
You just started staying here.
Yeah.
Birch is great. I think I would want to bring Olaf with me just because one, Eliza sort of has like a more familiar bond with him, and they've just been through trauma together, and he's very Christian and always asks her to come to church and stuff. So I feel like bringing him would maybe put the family at ease.
Yeah.
Maybe they would give more information. She needs to figure out what is the nightmare.
Yeah.
Is this actually like Vaesen, you know, or Invisibles, supernatural?
Yeah.
Or is this just a weird, you know, this might just be they talk to him and then it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think she goes to find Olaf.
All right. And wouldn't you know, he's sitting reading a newspaper, the same newspaper you were reading, but in a different room. For some reason, not having breakfast
We
with
have many
you.
sitting rooms.
Yeah, exactly. It would be so funny if he's just like, no, I'm gonna have breakfast by myself. But he didn't. He did. I'm assuming he has his own breakfast routine,
Yes.
and maybe what people did back then when they didn't have phones to check their TikToks. They read newspapers. They did correspondence. Love that. They have their correspondence. So maybe maybe he's sitting by a desk somewhere, just writing some letters.
Eliza kind of approaches the doorway.
Eliza, good morning. You look beautiful as always.
You flatter me. Olaf, I wanted to perhaps bother you and take you away from your correspondence.
You could never bother me.
Someone answered one of my newspaper articles.
Is it the frog-like lady?
No, well, yes. That's Birch. She's very interesting. I'm sure you and her could talk. But no, this was for a job.
I do believe I did see 2 gentlemen leave. Was it perhaps them?
Yes, indeed. That being said, I'm going to take it on full speed ahead, but I would like your help.
Of course. I'm happy to help you. You know that.
We have to go to Sigtuna. Have you ever been there?
Yes, it's a very important historical town.
I've heard. Yet no one can tell me why. Fascinating.
He tells you the whole story about it. He tells you the whole story about it.
Everything. And then she goes, oh.
And that's why.
That's why. That makes sense. We should set off tomorrow.
Yes.
First thing in the morning.
You know when the wedding is? And you know that it was.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever said.
And I tell him exactly when. I think they might have said.
Yeah, I think because it's like soon. It's like 2 days from now, or it's
So
supposed to be 2 days.
Should we set off today?
You could. Since it's the morning, but you should do some preparation if you want.
I want to do some like in-game prep.
Right. Exactly. So what was the problem? Why did they need your special skills?
Well, there's a reason I need your special skills.
Oh.
There is a wedding to be happening 2 days from now. A fortnight. I think that's a week. But, or 2 weeks. But,
so many
nonsensical
knowledge
stop
bits.
Talking. The bride has an early pregnancy, not expected. So the wedding must happen as soon as possible. Her family is quite religious. Christians.
Of course.
I'm sure...
You know that we don't really like early pregnancies.
Yes.
You know you're not supposed to.
No, I'm quite aware. This is an uncomfortable situation for the family.
Right.
And for those 2 gentlemen, one being the father. I believe the wedding should happen, but the family is now worried. They're all having the same nightmares. And they see that as a bad omen, which I could understand. The pressures of society, their religious beliefs. It could just be hysteria, which is what the doctors always told me I had.
Right. Well, it is common amongst women.
I understand.
But...
This is all normal.
But why did the 2 men think that it could be something related to what your special skill set is?
That I don't know. I believe the village could be on a fault line, so to speak.
Right.
Perhaps it's history, its ancientness, obviously all of those important historical facts you told me, might have something to do with what's going on. Or it could be nothing. And I would just like you there to talk to the family, just in case.
Yeah. Nightmares, yes. I do think I have some ideas of what it could be. You specifically look into nightmares. Olaf is just like, it could be a mare, the mare.
I've heard of the horse that brings nightmares.
Yeah.
It seems obvious.
Right.
Too obvious. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
She looks at Olaf, big eyes, expectantly.
I wonder, it is something with mares that since it's the same family, that's what concerns me about it. That's why I'm thinking it could be related to a mare. And you know that a mare it's basically an unmarried woman who shapeshifts into this monster-like creature and then rides men and women, giving them horrible nightmares. That's why nightmare is a mare.
The daughter would be the mare?
Well, was she also suffering from the nightmares? It could be something.
That I don't know.
But I agree with you. It's a little on the nose.
It's hard to understand why she wants to get married, I believe.
All right. You read it, it's actually quite interesting here
Yeah.
about the marriage. It's also talk of a curse passed down from the mother who tried to relieve the pain of childbirth through black magic.
Whoa.
Mare.
Ooh, okay, so she's...
And then
she
there's a
takes-
picture of the mare. I'll show you.
Let me see.
Oh.
Oh, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really fucked up.
Yep.
The heck?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very cool. I'll put it up.
Yeah,
on,
put it up.
No, it's the victim suffers terrible nightmares, sweats profusely, and struggles to breathe.
Jeez.
The mare sometimes rides horses.
Okay, only sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take these notes. Eliza takes these notes. She's with Olaf. They spend the day like doing this and talking and getting like equipment, and whatnot.
And thanks to that, you get an advantage, which means
I can use it on a roll.
Yeah.
And I re-roll a die, or I re-roll.
You add a die to any roll you want.
Oh, sick! Love that. Okay. Is there any other prep I need to do? I don't think.
No.
I'm not gonna go buy a gun. So like, I think that's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Olaf is a private investigator, and and has been doing this for a while. So even though he choked the one time, he could protect you from a super scary
he really
zombie.
biffed it.
Yeah, but he pretends that he got you.
Okay.
But the two of you take a carriage down to Sigtuna. Takes about 3 hours.
It's bumpy.
It's
We
beautiful.
don't have to act out the carriage fight. I'm going to be car sick.
You okay in there?
Are we there yet?
you finally get to I'm just seeing Olaf like reading a newspaper.
Yeah, he's completely fine. She, for some reason, is like, whoa, never been in a garage.
It's like an improv game, when people are like, can you act out waiting? And people are like waiting, like, okay, driving a car. For our audio listeners, we are having a lot of
We're
fun.
being silly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're there.
You make it to Sigtuna. Let's actually, I'm gonna show you a picture of Sigtuna so you can describe it for our audio listeners. But it's gorgeous.
Oh, quaint.
Quaint,
little like cobblestony streets, beautiful old castles, which at this time might have been less ruined than they are now.
Exactly.
But it's very medieval.
Very medieval. Reminds me a little bit of Visby, actually, in Gotland.
Yeah, it does. Or like, I would say, I don't know, if you picture a small coastal Norwegian town, like that's kind of
AI
what it looks
generating
like.
this.
Yeah, it's like AI generate like Swedish, Norwegian, Finland, Danish town. And then it's
Now
like,
I know why it's important. It's Sweden's oldest town.
it's Sweden, and then we get there, and Eliza says out loud, "Now I understand why this is Sweden's oldest town. It looks quite old."
It's the first thing that pops up. Why didn't I do a simple Google?
It's really cute though. It's like very nautical. It's on the water.
Yep.
Yeah. So Sweden's oldest town.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, she gets out and she says, wow, this is old as shit.
Yes, and this is what you meant when it was historically significant.
And this is what we meant.
Yeah. When you get there, Olaf is like, there's a lovely inn that I've stayed in before if you would like to stay there, if we have to be here for a couple of days.
Oh, we probably should at least put our bags there and then seek out Elias and Nicholas.
Yes, of course. While you are walking towards the inn, you walk by what you assume is the library of the town. And you notice that there is a talkback happening in 30 minutes with a very famous electrician or engineer called...
The one I read about?
Yes.
Oh!
The little guy, Johan Wenström.
Did I write that down?
Maybe not. It was just, you read it in the newspaper. But
was it related to the power plant in Ten Foschen?
He is not involved in that one, as far as you know, but he is the reason why it's happening.
Is he the guy in Uppsala that discovered?
Yeah, he's the guy who discovered basically how to transfer electricity. He's a real guy. Johan Wenström.
Johan Menström? Wow. Trying to spell that phonetically is crazy.
So he's keep having a talk back. Olaf looks at it and says, well, could be quite interesting, actually.
Actually, I read about him in the paper earlier. Perhaps we would have some time. It's early in the day.
Yes. All right. If you're in, I'm in. And he escorts you into the library, which is a beautiful, beautiful open library.
They let women in here?
Oh, you read?
Am I allowed?
We do it in American accent. You let women in here?
They let women in here? Yeah. Can I come in and read about electricity?
Now that we have electricity, can we also have feminism?
Yeah. One thing at a time, and they slap me.
Yeah, exactly. Back, you hole. You enter, and there is some commotion, mostly men in there, but a couple of women too who are just interested in hearing what he has to say. There is some controversy going on about the electricity and, like, in general, industrialization, which is a theme in this entire game. Industrialization. Old ways meets new ways. It's, mass immigration going... Emigration. Wait, I always mix them up.
People leaving?
People leaving for America specifically. Yeah. All of Europe, really. And so, it's the Wild West in America, which is so, like, fun to me to know that, like, Arthur Morgan...
While this is going on, Arthur Morgan lives another day.
I know. It makes me... Arthur Morgan is from Red Dead Redemption, for those of you who have lived in a cave. And
an excellent game made by Rockstar.
Yes. So, yeah, that's happening. But... So they're getting ready for this talk. You notice that there's a little man in a wheelchair.
Victorian-esque. They had high backs and really big cumbersome wheels.
Probably not very comfortable. He's on stage, and you recognize this person as the main guy, Johan Wenström.
Johan Menström?
Johan Menström. No, Johan Wenström. It's spelled...
it's with a V?
Yeah, Wenst. So W
Is he German?
And V... No, Swedish.
Oh, so it's the same?
Yeah, Wenström.
Wenström.
Yeah, but it's pronounced with a V.
Yeah.
But it's spelled with a W, which is confusing to Swedes as well.
But it's the same in German.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Like Wolfgang would be like Wolfgang.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's why they sound so stupid.
And you did it too. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
It truly doesn't. No, that's one
of
J's are hard and
J's are hard.
V's are hard.
J's are hard. What's the J? Yi.
Uni.
Right, uni.
Yeah.
Yi. And what's a J sound? Anything?
Jizz sound?
Yeah.
The jizz sound?
Jizz sound. No, well, no.
When you don't have the laughing audience, stand-up is really
just like you just like say something and then you just go, why did I say that? It's like waking up from a fugue state. Yeah. And you make a joke and then you're like, fuck, oh, shit, someone help me.
I also lose confidence in the middle.
Oh, halfway through. Yeah.
And then I was like,
just
kidding, never mind.
Quieter.
Kill me now.
Shoot me.
So the talk starts, like you and Olaf are sitting next to each other. You actually meet Elias there.
Oh.
He sees you and he's like, before the talk starts. he walks over to you and greets you and says, "I'm so happy you're here."
Eliza's eating a cinnamon bun. Elias. Pardon, we were having fika.
Oh, yes.
We were here to see you, but this is Olaf, Elias.
The men look at each other and nods.
Olaf is a partner of mine. He was going to help with your situation.
Very well.
Problem.
Maybe we should not be talking about it right
No,
now,
of course. We were coming to see you, but I'm so happy to run into you. We wanted to see Johan Wenström's talk.
It's quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm somewhat invested in this electricity business. I find it fascinating, and I believe we can't get it soon enough.
As do I. I actually have an electric lamp.
Oh, wow. How modern.
It's the way of the future.
I agree.
Shall we? Would you like to sit together?
Yes, please.
I have plenty of cinnamon buns.
Yes. Oh, I usually have them with my coffee.
I bought a lot.
Oh, perfect.
They were running out. Like it was the last day on it. And we all...
He will have a cinnamon bun, despite it being 10 a.m. or whatever, which it is. No, 11.
I hate the European mentality that you can't have a cappuccino after 10 a.m.
You can't?
They don't like it. Or no, not 10 a.m. It's like you can't have one after like noon or something. Once it's the afternoon, if you order a cappuccino, they're like...
But who? The French or the Italians? Or both?
In Italy. They didn't like it. But
cappuccino is Italian, right?
Yeah,
cappuccino. Yeah,
cappuccino.
Oh,
it's like a medium one. But I loved an afternoon coffee.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, too, I feel like if I ordered a cappuccino in the afternoon, would they be like, it's 4 p.m., ma'am?
No, God, no. No. We are only weird about fika. Like, mostly because if we had this every day at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., then we would get fat. Yeah. But coffee we have. My parents have coffee 7 times a day.
Fika is only allowed in the afternoon.
No.
It's only allowed in the morning.
No. It's allowed whenever you want. But he is being, like, I think the more, like, having it between breakfast and lunch, having, like, a sweet thing, it's usually something you do in the afternoon to, like, reward you. But a lot of people have it between. Like, people have it when
No, this is good to know. Eliza's also taking note. This is a cultural thing.
I mean, and I'm not sure they did it in the 19th century at all. I don't think anyone had.
I think they did.
Well, in this mythical Norden, that's Swedish, Swinglish. Norden. In the mythical North, they fucking sure did.
Eliza takes note, though, because she's, although not like a noble woman, she likes to blend in and like assimilate and learn the cultures. So she kind of like bites the cinnamon bun and he's like, yeah, normally we have this in the afternoon. She's like, of course. And she like
hungry from the travel.
Swallows and then puts it to the side and stops eating the fika.
But he's more like, well, if all rules are off, I'm just gonna.
Oh God. Oh my God.
These are delicious. Did you make them?
No, a very wonderful little Swedish woman did at a cafe. She was short and blonde.
Oh, yeah.
She works here in Sigtuna. Her name was Ellinor, I believe. Bright blue eyes.
I think I saw yesterday. She did horrible stand-up.
Huge tits.
Oh, huge tits. Yeah, those.
Fat
I
ass.
remember them.
She's quite funny.
Got a little saggy though, right?
No. Perky as old as the day they were born.
You hear from the stage.
Olaf is just sitting there like...
in the middle.
Yeah, he's in the middle. He raises his newspaper.
And he's like,
oh,
I think they're starting.
Shut the fuck up.
You see Ellinor DiLorenzo walk up on stage and being
She's opening?
I'm happy to present Johan Wenström, the thunder of many... But wait. Johan Wenström.
What do we call him?
Yeah. I'm happy to announce Johan Wenström... having traveled from Uppsala. Anyway, here he is. And that's exactly how I would have done that. This little guy, I call him little guy. He's
short because he's sitting in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's sitting in a wheelchair.
Is he like a small guy though?
He does look like he has a slight I don't want to say deformity, but that's what it is. And
like he looks sickly?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you remember reading that this man had rickets as a kid.
Ah, yes.
And which is quite normal for for people in this day and age. It's a vitamin D deficiency, and you can imagine in the north of Sweden.
Yeah,
So,
we have vitamin D deficiency, and
Exactly.
we live in 2025, modern day.
I just started taking the D.
Yeah, you
And
gotta get the D.
I got the D.
You gotta get the D.
And I have seen a significant.
Everybody, I say this on every podcast and show I'm on. You gotta get the D. Everyone take your D.
Yeah, it is.
Your doctor's gonna tell you.
Take it hard and slow.
Yeah,
and
take a lot of it. You can't
really fill it up.
You really
fill
can't have too much.
Up.
You can, but like you'd be shocked at how much is too much.
That's what I actually have heard.
Yeah.
So I took 4 at the same time.
Yeah. When I was deficient, they had me taking like 4 very large doses for like a month, and then I went back down to a smaller amount. Yeah. And boy, was I walking funny for that month. Anyway, fucking hell, Sydney.
But I've noticed a huge improvement.
Yes, mood and skin,
all the things. Anyway, so but poor Johan did not have that, which is true. He did sit in a wheelchair and actually died at 38 from the flu.
From the flu?
Yeah.
Man.
So it's a rough time back then.
Yeah, everyone wash your hands.
But so the rickets means that you have vitamin D deficiency, which means when you grow up, it causes stunted growth and other bone issues.
Yeah.
So he's been in a wheelchair as far as you remember, but didn't affect his brain because he's a genius, brilliant, independently of... and you learn all of this during his talk.
Yeah.
Like how he would have independently discovered electricity. Edison just had more resources. And he and Tesla and one other French person, I think.
Madame Curie.
Yeah, I should have remembered clearly. Did my research on this. They were able to figure out how to transfer electricity. I don't even fucking know how. But you know, magic, engineering magic. They somehow managed to move electricity from one point to another in a long distance thing. That was his thing.
Cool.
And then he starts talking about that he started a company with the help of funding from some people, and he looks at Elias, he looks at some other investors.
He was literally very invested.
Exactly.
I see.
And he mentions the electrical company of Sweden, which is what they
Is
called
the real name.
Yeah, it still is apparently.
Wow, this is some Monopoly ass shit.
Yeah. Oh, Sweden's all about that stuff.
It's just like this is the boardwalk. This is the electrical company of Sweden.
There's so many,
and the railroad
because they were first, you know.
Yeah,
so they're
yeah.
there was it's so.
There was
funny
nothing to base a name off of either. Like there was no cleverness.
Yeah, so they were just like, and I guess it was clever. They were like, you know what we're gonna do? We're the only ones who do it, so we're the electrical company. You know.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Don't you worry that it's gonna get a little too intense with these water plants? And she refers to that waterfall, the big waterfall
that people were protesting and didn't want the plant there, which is in the village.
Oh yeah, was it? Oh yes,
it was nearby.
No, Tenforsen is far away.
Oh, it's far away.
Yeah, sorry, I must.
Oh, that was the newspaper. Sorry. I was conflicting the stories.
Yeah, me too.
And Eliza turns to Olaf like, but then realizes that it has nothing to do with why they're there. Yeah. She goes, never mind.
Yeah, and he says, well, I try to keep an eye on the industrialization. It's never, you know the Swedish saying, we want to keep it lagom. We want to keep it not too much and not too little of something. We should always be careful with any new invention. I don't want to take away too much from the old ways, if that makes sense. I know it's a lost cause, but it's better to stay informed. And you get the sense that he's sincere. He does not want... He can't politically say that, like, he's against anything at this point. He doesn't want to. He's a scientist. But people, even if people, you know, try to get, like, a direct answer from him, he still keeps it vague. But you get a sense that he's not very pro making Tenforsen a water plant because he wants to protect the beautiful nature.
Olaf raises his hand.
Oh, okay.
and he calls on him. I'll play Olaf. God, that was... Well, it's sending me to do that. Olaf raises his hand.
Yes, you there.
Are you a religious man? Man? Question mark? How do you do a Danish accent? Are you a religious man?
Yes, of course. It would be weird for him to not.
A Christian?
I am a Christian. Are you not, sir?
No, of course I am. I'm trying to be a handsome man.
And I play Eliza and be like, you're embarrassing me. What are you doing?
You mentioned the old ways and the new ways. I was just curious if your research, if you come from a place of religion.
I don't mean the old ways in terms of like
The Bible?
hedonistic religious practices, if you mean the
God, no.
Kill him, burn him. He's like, I'm a Christian man. I assume we all are.
Lord be with you. I'm gonna sit here again and put my newspaper up. Sorry, I raised my hand.
Great job, Olaf.
Yeah. That was embarrassing.
But I don't know what happened to me. So it's like a weird spirit just took
The spirit took me over.
Yeah, the spirit healed me. Johan mentioned, he's like, when I talk about the old ways, I mean horsepower and manpower. What did you think,
stupid idiot? They throw an egg at him.
Olaf is like, God, this evil spirit that just happened to me. I can't. Next time, please force me down.
Hit you on the head.
Yep. And don't let me ever talk ever again.
No problem.
And that's it. Oh, I should have read this part. It's the
most important part?
No, but the thing that explained what he does. In a much more.
Now. I'm reading the pamphlet. Eliza reads the pamphlet.
A graphic strip between two mica plates provide a more effective light than Edison's.
She closes the pamphlet.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds fantastic.
If you approach him later, you will find out that he seems like a nice, sweet guy who just wants to be mindful of these things, but he has the burning passion of a scientist. Elias walks over to him and introduces you. I thought you might want to meet him.
Pleasure.
Hi.
I've read so much about you. Pardon, I don't speak any Swedish. I'm from London. And she shakes his hand.
And
Eliza
Andrews?
Oh, have you seen my plays?
I believe I did see you in, was it Macbeth? Sorry, I should not say the Scottish play. Oh gosh, you make me so... And you realize he's a fan.
Oh my gosh. And she's a fan of him. Oh. And she says, oh my goodness. Oh, we can say it now. We're not in the theatre. She says, Macbeth. Oh, what a lovely show.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Where did you see it?
At the Globe.
Oh my goodness, what a night. Had I known that you'd been there, I would have come out.
I didn't want to presume anything. I'm just a regular engineer from Sweden. Why would you know about me? Even though I have the Nobel Prize, actually.
Your work is so fantastic. I actually have an electric lamp in where I'm staying in Egerkrans in Uppsala, and it was my aunt's, and it's fantastic. I can't wait to fill my home with things like that.
I'm very excited to hear that. So you were here this entire time? You were watching my talk?
Of course. We came to Sigtuna for some work, and we saw the sign. We thought couldn't miss it for the world.
Lovely, how lovely. Oh,
and Elias and I know each other. We met recently. This is Olaf, my partner who I work with.
Oh yes, I you had interesting questions, Olaf.
Olaf puts
it gets awkward and it gets silent and awkward. Elias is like, Johan is actually coming to the wedding.
Oh my goodness. But fantastic.
Right. We should not bother you more, Johan. But thank you for a wonderful talk. And I'm sure we'll talk more before this is over. But Eliza is here to help us with some of those wedding scares.
Oh yes, the nervous Nellies, as they call them. Been there myself.
Yes. Right. You married, Eliza.
Yes. Once widowed and remarried. But love is an incredible thing. A power of its own. Capable of so many... And she kind of loses her train of thought. And she just looks and she says, the wedding will be lovely.
I believe so, and I shall see you there then, and I would love to discuss more Shakespeare's. I love the bard.
Oh, I would as well, and I would love to discuss more of your work with microplates.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, that's what they are.
She nods. She's reading the pamphlet. My electric plates.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would love to explain more about it. And then someone wheels him off, and he's like, "Oh, well, Very nice to meet you,
A
Miss
pleasure.
Andrews.
Perhaps see you at the wedding.
Thank you.
I'm inviting myself to the wedding.
And Olaf is like, if there is a wedding.
And she elbows Olaf. You are being so rude today.
I don't know what happened.
What's going on? What did you eat in the carriage?
Oh gosh, it's these cinnamon buns. It's too much sugar.
That Ellinor at the cafe must have done something to these cinnamon buns.
She was so funny though.
Instead of this adventure, I'd like to go back to Ellinor at the cafe. Something nefarious with her.
Do you really?
No.
We
go with Elias.
We go with Elias. Elias is like, very well. I shall walk you to the inn. I guess you're staying there.
Yes, that would be lovely.
And you get to the inn. It's getting a bit later. It's the afternoon. And you notice that that's where the wedding's going to be. So preparations are in full swing. All these servant and ladies' maids are walking around. There's beautiful flower ornaments. And you realize that maybe this Eva is a big deal. That this is not just a commoner's wedding.
This woman is somebody.
Yeah. And you realize also Elias seemed like he's rich. I mean, he's able to...
Yeah, he was dressed nicely, but now knowing that he's investing in scientific discoveries and scientists, that's a rich person's game.
Yeah.
Maybe she even asks, after Elias brings him to the inn, maybe she even asks the innkeeper, what's all the decoration for?
Oh, it's for the wedding of Eva and Nicholas.
Oh, wow. They must be the mayor's daughter or something?
Yes, she is. Oh, you did not know? Have you heard? She did not know. Eva's the mayor's daughter.
I'm not from here.
Oh, right. But are you one of the guests for the wedding then?
No, I'm here early to help with the wedding. I wasn't aware of who was getting married.
Oh, you're helping with the wedding. Oh, but and she's so confused.
As am I. I'm helping Elias. But I wasn't aware of his status.
Oh. Helping him in what way? And now she's suspicious of you.
With preparations. And thinking on her feet, being an actor, she said, I'm a performer.
Roll manipulation.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Okay, one success. And then one more die. One success.
Of course. There will be more performances than just Nicholas' performance then. That makes sense. He could use some backup, but he's so good with that violin.
Oh, excellent. Yes, I do more theatrical. I'll be doing a reading from Shakespeare.
Oh, wow. Shakespeare. Is that... And then one of the servants' girls peeps up like... It's the English bard.
Yes, I'm actually from London myself.
That makes sense because we're speaking English.
Yes, and I have a strong accent.
Right. Oh, so you are reciting Shakespeare. This is very, very cool.
Would you like a preview?
Yes.
And she leans over and very, poised. When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up a remembrance of a thing past, I sigh a lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woe new wail my dear time's waste. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and moan a long expensed moan. But for when I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored, and sorrows end. And she winks.
And that's the end of the episode.
Oh,
what a cool little button. It's Sydney.
I don't know.
Wait, I didn't know you could write like that.
You're musical improv.
Exactly, you're musical improv and you're Shakespeare improv.